day, Lord and ladies, and welcome back to Rosewater with me, Cornish-Knight. We are currently trying to help out a passing theatre troupe. There seems to be things afoot. So we know there's...
If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a false compartment. Just need to figure out how to open it. No way.
Yeah. Normally there'd be something like a trap door, that kind of thing. But a trap like a secret handle. We've got nothing on our inventory which we can use for that. Okay. But yes, they've had a run of bad luck. And so we've been asked to help them. But one of their performers suggests that, well, things aren't going so well. And foul play may be afoot.
It's for playing music on wax cylinders.
Okay, we talked to her. She's the current main female lead. And though she likes everyone in the camp, they are getting a bit nervous because they haven't had a good run of luck. So let's see how things are going and what we can figure out.
No mistaking who this wagon belongs to.
One of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Leger. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th. Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure. These are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life in showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes and disguises. That is quite a lot of makeup.
Considering he does all his own makeup, he must be very competent at it.
Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see, an empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days, wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troop.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be misappropriating the troop's funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay. I'll bet Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Okay.
I've got nothing. Suppose being an actor requires a certain attention to one's physique. Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but it's not going so great.
What did you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way. If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See you!
That thing's been through the ringer a few times. Hey there.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing with that sword?
Practicing for the show. I didn't get to do my big fight scene with the dragon.
That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances, I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hitomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show. I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hitomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon, rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. Wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun. No opportunity to meet anyone interesting.
1 second, folks. Right back, folks.
And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway. So I left.
How did you know you wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
What do you think of your fellow troop members?
Some days I hate them. Most days I love them. And any day I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know? Mr. Ellis and Miss Hitomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine. Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
I've heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be keeping some extra funds. Know anything about that?
Oh, sure, I've heard that rumor too, but I don't much believe it. Miss Hitomi takes good care of us. She'd never cheat us out of our earnings.
Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. So, everyone from the oldest member to the youngest member, except the old lady, thinks that she isn't embezzling money from them. So we're no closer to figuring out how to get this open. And compared to everybody else, she's living a really humble existence. Okay. Gone into interact, we've talked to her. Let's go into the seating area.
Not terrible as far as props go, but it could use some extra oomph. I bet Jake wishes his show's backdrop was half as realistic. Phil?
Harley?
What was your opinion of the performance?
It was not to my taste. However, with some improvements, it could be entertaining.
All right, see you later. Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
When did you put this troupe together?
As it exists now? Oh, it's been about 5 years, I should say. That's when Quentin and I came over to Vespuccia.
What were you doing before starting this troupe?
I spent some time in London, then went traveling around Europe doing this and that. Until I met Quentin.
Have you performed yourself, or do you stay out of the spotlight?
Me? Oh no, I haven't been on stage since Paris. Quentin and I used to do a little magic show, if you can believe it.
No fooling?
It was a very long time ago. Not worth remembering, honestly.
I want to hear about your cast.
Oh, they all have their talents. They wouldn't be in my troupe otherwise. But I don't hold with talking about people behind their backs. Why don't you get to know them yourself?
What do you think would make the show better?
God, where do I begin? Faye's in a black mood. Quentin thinks his character lacks depth. Martina's unintelligible. And Dwayne's swordplay doesn't even rise to the level of farce. And naturally, theater's all about imagination. But with the quality of our set and props, I fear we are asking rather too much of our audience in that department. I'm this close to packing it all in.
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate the evil wizard. He's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. But Quentin thinks the role lacks depth, that his talents as an actor, and they are considerable, are going to waste. And yes, perhaps he has a point, but for God's sake, this is not the Royal Arcadium! We performers have a saying. There are no small roles, only small-minded, puffed-up thespians who suppose that entertaining the common man is somehow beneath them. I love Quentin, really I do, but I've had it up to here with his carping and grousing. He doesn't listen to me, but you're welcome to try bringing him down to earth if you'd like.
What's the problem with Martina?
Weren't you listening? She doesn't so much say her lines as chew on them and cough them out. She's a sweet girl, and her physical performance is outstanding. The things she can do with just her eyes. I'm loath to cut her part or take away the few lines she already has. But unless she finds some way to magically rid herself of that blasted Teutonic accent, I may have to.
You don't think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop swords are as likely to crumble to bits or give the players paper cuts as they are to make it through a scene intact, it's just not very convincing or compelling. Dwayne either needs to get more adept at handling them, or we need to rethink the whole sword thing. Thank God this play doesn't feature a real sword-fighting duel. But it does need a big climax where the hero slays the dragon. How are we supposed to do that without a sword?
I had a chat with Mrs. Davies. She seems to think her position's in jeopardy.
What? Why would she think that?
Are you saying you're not planning on letting her go?
Of course not, especially not so close to opening night. What a ridiculous notion! Honestly, I don't know where Faye gets these ideas.
You don't think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop, it's just not very convincing or compelling. Dwayne either needs to get more, thank God, but it does need...
Okay.
What can we do to make your set...
The best thing we've got is the dragon head, but it's not exactly intimidating, is it? Your friend over there said he might have an idea to make it better. Honestly, at this point, I'm all ears.
So long.
Take care.
Okay, so let's figure out this out.
Phil?
Harley?
Had any ideas to make the show better?
Yes, I believe so. This dragon head is amusing, but with some pyrotechnics, it could really impress a crowd.
You want to make it breathe fire?
Ah, indeed. Far more effective, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. But how do you intend to pull it off?
I can rig it up quite easily, but I need a fuel source. If you can find me some high-proof alcohol, we should be set.
I think I know where we can get that. Okay. So, let's try and talk to her. We look at these.
A few books and a collection of wax cylinders in that box.
Knights in signing armour, villainous intent, saloon singing, funeral dirge. Let's take knights in signing armour. First things first, let's go back inside. Talk to her.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
I spoke with Miss Hitomi and she said she has no plans to let you go.
Well, of course she would say that. That's how it works in this business. All seems well and good until the monthly budget is drawn up, and then the trapdoor opens beneath you and you swing.
So you don't trust Miss Hitomi's word?
I don't trust anyone's word. Only ink on paper.
I'll just leave you to it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful wooden box with an inlaid scrimshaw carving. Says it's from Ceylon. There's some tea in here. It's got a nice fruity aroma. Kind of sweet.
Maybe we can bribe her with the box?
Please, I haven't the time to be looking at your knickknacks.
Okay.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Okay.
I'll leave her beef. A cylindrograph.
Let's try using this.
take it he was the hero in that one too?
Yeah, that is right. He's playing all the heroes.
Okay. So how do we do this?
What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
It's all the stage stuff.
A traveling trunk. Looks like it's been quite a few places.
It's basically these things. The name of sows.
No way I can... All sorts of A brass...
Okay.
All sorts of costumes.
Okay, so it's obviously going to be a button combination.
A brass...
Okay. Let's think about this logically. Got a pair of boxing gloves. Let's try this.
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure. Why not? And this whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it. Suppose being an... Keep at it.
Okay, so that's got that done.
I've got nothing to...
Let's try talking to him.
Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand. But in the end, it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character?
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper-thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right. But why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character, complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
He believes it's his destiny. He doesn't. He wants to save it. The king embarrassed him once.
He doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Oh, intriguing. A subversion of our expectations. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
If he thinks he's the hero, he's trying to protect her from the dragon.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The dragon is just a weapon that the wizard uses. The dragon is really the wizard's mother transformed. Let's try that one.
The dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
Okay.
Let's take another shot.
All right, let's hear it. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
He doesn't. He wants to save
He
it.
doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Oh, intriguing. A subversion of our expectations. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He wants to hold her to ransom. He's in love with her. He's trying to protect her from the dragon. He's doing it to protect. If he leaves himself the hero.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The wizard's trying to tame the dragon, harness it for good. The dragon is the wizard's pet.
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. Yes, yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
He's busy.
Okay, so that's 2 out of the 4. 2 out of the 5. So we need to figure out how we can get into this lockbox.
Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hitomi's old magic trunk. Maybe these buttons aren't just for decoration. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems it is.
Okay, let's try and figure out how we would do this. Maybe it's the middle four? Because that's the compartment. It's there, it's this one.
Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
Like, I have...
No way I...
Okay. Let's have a look at here.
The desk is covered in papers. I'll leave her be for now. I don't want to be juggling these. I'll swap this for the one I've got.
Okay.
This was the music we used for Mr. Ellis in the show we did before.
What character did he play there?
A train robber.
Okay.
Oh, I love this one. This was the first song I learned in English, you know.
You don't say. How does it go?
All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, why thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you're not the first to say this to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought. But would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Let's see if we can get her to figure out her magic act secret.
I'll leave her alone for now.
Okay.
I'd best leave her. Nothing to say. Mrs. D.
Please, I haven't the time to be looking at your knickknacks.
Okay.
What a Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
They're all
It's
Dachshund
a poster
name.
for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the...
Try right to left.
Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn.
Inner ones and outer ones.
Damn.
Okay, how do we do this puzzle? Because, like, what clues do we have? Travelling performance. Okay.
He's busy.
I hate it when we get to this part where we're stuck. There has to be a clue.
It's a poster for... The actor's life doesn't seem... A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on...
Problem is, like, there's so many combinations.
Damn. 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 Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
Yeah, but, like, we've got, like, no clues.
All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories.
Like, all we have is that we know...
If my eyes don't deceive, just need to...
Like, we know that it was supposed to be a stage performance. Like... I don't know how we're supposed to open this. There's obviously a clue scattered about somewhere. Perform. Let's try using the newspaper to scare her up.
My dear, I have no interest in reading newspapers. They contain nothing but misfortunes and vile opinions.
I'm not sure what I...
How am I supposed to get around this?
Please,
So she's not interested in that.
A poster for some show I've never heard of. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day. few books and a collection.
Okay.
I make it my custom not to read reviews.
I appreciate the...
I don't know how we're supposed to get around this.
No, thank.
Thanks, but
Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes.
I know we have to get into the chest somehow to get evidence of the paperwork.
What a mess. Here's a list of Othello, Carondelet, dissembling.
Okay, what does that...
The desk is covered.
What does that help me with?
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
Okay. I don't know how we're supposed to do this.
What a mess. Here's Othello, Carondelet, dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Okay. I'm going to focus, because I don't want to stand here getting stuck constantly. I'm going to go and look it up, because I can't figure out how we're supposed to get into this trunk. And no matter what I do, I can't figure it out. And the things we have, I just don't know how we do this. Because we got 3 out of them done, but it's obviously we need something to convince her.
Ah, yes, Martine loves those. She has such a lovely singing voice.
I just don't know what we do to sort of knock her out.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Like, I physically don't know.
I haven't got...
It's got a nice fruity aroma. Kind of sweet.
I haven't got...
Okay, I don't know how to do this. So, like, I've looked at everything. I just can't figure out the combination to the safe. It's like, oh yeah, it's a trick thing. I mean, because we can't open like those things. Is it just...
No way I can force it open.
Yes, there is ways you can force it open. It just breaks it.
Damn.
Like, I don't know how we're supposed to figure this out. They've obviously not put the clue for how you're supposed to figure it out clearly enough.
A traveling trunk. Looks like it's been quite a few places.
So I am just going to look it up because I want to advance, and this is really slowing. I hate it. This is one of the things I do hate about click and point adventure games, when they are either too subtle or they just don't tell you what you need to know. It's like, oh yeah, you can easily solve this puzzle, and it's like, no, you really can't. Now we can't talk to anyone to find out what's going on. Okay, so 1 second, folks. Okay, I'm back. From what I can... There's not a lot of information out there because the game is still relatively New?
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for the Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's supposed to... Let's have a look around. Basically, they're saying the dates for things.
Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th.
Okay, so we've got the 2nd, the 6th, the 7th.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Okay. So let's try that order. The 1st, 2nd, the 6th, the 7th.
Damn. Seems I didn't press them.
The 1st, the 2nd, 6th, the 7th.
Damn. Seems I didn't press.
I hate this puzzle.
It's a poster for a poster for the Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd.
Like, I don't understand. Like, which way do we go in? It's like 1st, 2nd, 6th, 7th. Like, I don't get this puzzle. I'm sorry, I just don't. It's like, oh yeah, the dates.
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened. A poster for the.
Okay, so let's 1st, 6th, 2nd.
Damn.
Like, I just don't get this puzzle. I'm sorry, I really don't. It's really obnoxious. Because, like, oh yeah, you have to get the combination right, and it's...
Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
Right. Okay, folks, I'm going to put a cut in here, and I'm going to look up how to basically solve this, because it's like, oh yeah, look at the dates. It's like, well, it can't be the months, because... unless it is the months, not the days.
A poster for the Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
It can't be the months because there's not enough numbers. There's 4. Okay, I'm just gonna have to look it up, folks, because I'm getting really a bit sick and tired of this particular one. Because it's supposed to be, oh yeah, look at the dates. And it's like, well, do I start from left to right? Where do I start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that. And then it's going to be 6. Then it's going to be 2. Then it's going to be 1.
Damn.
Well, let's try this one. Then this one. Then this one. Then this one.
Damn.
No, It's one of these really frustrating puzzles where it's like, oh yeah, it's really nuanced. It's like, no, it's just unnecessarily complicated. Like, I'm just going to have to look it up. Okay, then I shall see you again next time as we try and figure out how to open this box, because we can't proceed without getting this box open. So for the moment, we're soft locked. I'll see you again soon, folks. Goodbye.